Oh, hamster, you're gonna have to edit all of this out. You're gonna have to edit all of this out too. Ba, 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 ba. Turbo dap. Turbo dap to the other side. Alright. Yeet. I'm not sure why I did that. Edit that out, you prick, or I'll come and find you in Germany. I know where you live. Dear Harstem, I'm a Platinum 1 Terran player who today played versus a Diamond 3 Zerg player. I was able to scout and anticipate everything he was doing. Perfectly. That's all caps, so. I fully prepared and beat his Zergling flood. I then beat his Roach Bush after that, but I still lost the mass Hydralisk afterwards. His Hydralisk were everywhere. They killed my harassing Banshees, they destroyed all my counterattacks, and eviscerated my tanks. It's hard enough having to play against a race that can just press down on Z and R all day. Z and R all day. Why does Zerg get Hydralisk too? Hydras and all of Zerg early game are hopelessly broken. Is it Imba or do I suck? Your devoted fan, Diabolos. P.S. You are the only Starcraft YouTuber whose videos I actually hit like on. Nice. I already like this guy. I'm pretty sure this is Imbalance. So it's a Terran, Platinum 1, from the American server, it said. 3.6 KMMR, something like that. I don't know. I don't read my emails. So let's just hop straight into it, right? We have our man Diabolus over here, opening up with a depot at the ramp, as every proper Terran should. And he said, I struggle with everything in the early game. And he kind of classified Hydra in the early game there, which I'm curious to see how fast these Hydras are going to be, or how long this guy's boundaries, how big the boundaries are for the early game in Diabolus's head. I mean, it's not really a Diabolus, is it? It's with an OU. Diabolu? Laos? Laos. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that. Laos. Diabolaus. Nice. 12 pool for Fishbat. Cool name, by the way. I'm not sure why I like it, but I'm a fan. 12 pool is not a very good strategy against Terran, because Terran has this ability to wall and build command centers on the high ground. So if Terran scouts, I think they just cancel the low ground CC and rebuild it on the high ground, and they're ahead. You can just get a Reaper, and then you push away the Zerglings, put the CC on the low ground, and you win. At least in my head, that's what's going to happen. But we'll see what my man Diabolos is going to be doing. He's going to be scouting at least, which is big. Scouting is important, especially against 12 pool. Is the Reaper just going to be out in time for this? By the time these Lings hit, the Reaper will just be out, right? This has to be it. Yeah, I don't think 12 pool is actually very good, but it's only going to be 8 Lings, so it's usually against... What the heck? Get straight gas as well. So he's gonna have really crap eco here. Like, this eco is absolutely atrocious. I can guarantee you that, my friends. Okay, so this thing gets taken out. You can cancel this, I guess, and then or you could send down the Reaper as well. It's just gonna go for a little walk. Yeah. For everyone who missed that, look at what happens here. My man said he responded perfectly. Holy crap. Look at this. Look at the response time as well. This has been happening for 20 seconds. No cancel. If this is a perfect response to 12 pool, you better run for your life if this guy says he has the perfect dish for you to taste. I'm not sure what it's poisoned with, but I ain't touching that. Holy crap. That's awful. Gets affected. He just lost 400 minerals for nothing. Well, 300 minerals. You only get the 75% back, right? So that's absolutely terrible start here for Diabolus. I mean, you hold, but this is not really holding either. He's like the... If you've seen the Holy Grail, it's like the Black Knight. It's like no arms, no legs left. He's like, but I'm still alive. I'll bite your head off. Like, this is not a good situation. Like, you didn't die against 8 slowlings. Good job, but you lost a CC that you didn't cancel. That's awful. This is going to be a good replay. I had a good feeling already about it. Once I read that email and he had 2 words in all caps, you already know it's going to be a banger. Because people who think that in order to give their email more power, they need to write in all caps, they tend to not be the brightest one in the brightest one of the bunch. And he had 2 words in all caps, you already know it's going to be a banger. Because people who think that in order to give their email more power, they need to write in all caps, they tend to not be the brightest one in the brightest one of the bunch. Follow this up with a straight tank. He's still in defensive mode, you see that? He's like, damn, like I'm getting all in really hard here right now. Like he opened up with 12/8 Lings. So the best thing I can do is not scout with my Reaper ever and start building tank, bunker on the high ground. Then I build my CC in a position where it could potentially be biled from the low ground if there actually was an all-in. So a lot of good decisions being made here with Diabolus. Not. Roach Warren goes down. Okay, so this is what I think is going to happen is I think my man Fishbat here is probably just afraid of dying right now. He's like, well, I killed the CC. Then he's going to build roaches. Diabolus is going to see these roaches and think, oh, I'm being roach all-in. Let me build 3 more bunkers and 4 more tanks before I go take my natural. Meanwhile, our boy Fishbat here, completely outmining his opponent. Main base is getting muled out. You see this patch, only 255 minerals left over here, 255. He's not quite running out of minerals, but it actually won't be too long from now. And that's kind of scary. That's kind of scary. So here comes the speedlings, and these are safety roaches. These are not roaches saying, hey, I'm gonna go kill you. These are roaches like, holy crap, I have no clue what you're doing, but you don't have an expo yet. So, yeah, I guess I'm just going to be building units. Like, he's just afraid of dying. He sees 2 tanks, he's like, oh crap. This is going to be a contain, not an attack. Like, he might poke up to see, hey, there's still 3 tanks there, or 2 tanks there. Follow up his Banshee as well. I just love this. I think this is the secondary wall. This guy's extremely defensive. Like, nothing happened, dude. He sent 8 Lings. This is your response? He probably, my man Diabolus, is going to be the most jealous boyfriend in the world as well. You know, it would be the classic where like one of the co-workers says hi to his girlfriend where they're out and about, and he'll be grilling his girl for the next 3 hours about who that was. And he's just, you know, he tracks her GPS location all the time. My man Diabolus absolutely has some jealousy issues. Holy crap, what is this? Banshee? Tank? Oh no. Okay, what's gonna happen? He's gonna fly down, see the roach, and be like, oh, out of here again, flies back up. I can almost guarantee you this. I can feel it. He's scouting with the CC. Sees the roach, back home. Single Banshee scouting, there's a 3rd base going up. Somewhere in the back of his head right now a voice should be going, well, if that's a 3rd base, probably has a 2nd base as well. And he has a lot of roaches. I bet he must have no drones on the natural, but he's getting a 3rd. That doesn't make sense. Right now, oh, Diabolus is actually going to move down. Oh, he has 3 tanks now, so he can slowly but surely leapfrog forward. Tank in the... moves it down 2 inches further than the tank on the high ground. I love it. This one being completely useless as well, the extra backup defense, in case the roaches decide to go behind the minerals here. Like that there's no tank over here. Sacrifices his marines for free. Okay, this tank's actually gonna shoot. This makes me angry. Gets 1 tank, it's okay. If he moves over here now, this tank actually was useful, and I'm gonna hate it. I hate it. I hate you, Fishbat. I hate you. All jokes aside, Fishbat's still in a fantastic position, obviously, denying the mining here. Probably not worth the roaches he's losing currently, but he's still going to be in a good spot. 33 workers against 30 though, so he does need to be a little bit careful. 3rd CC also finished up at this point. Actually, Diabolus might have accidentally gotten ahead. Oh, there's still 1200 minerals in the bank. Okay, here comes the famous Hydra then follow-up. Double Evo as well. No 3rd base yet for my man. Finally start some mining here. Main base mined out. It's 5 patches left. He was on one base for the first 7 minutes and 30 seconds in this game. Because his opponent built 8 Lings at the start. This is great. Follows up. He hasn't even started Stim yet. That's how afraid he is. Adds 3 extra barracks. It's like, maybe time to add some barracks as well. Thinking about perhaps doing some damage in the next 5 minutes. His opponent, meanwhile, getting Hydra muscled augment or whatever it's called. The Hydra speed. Oh god, this is not good. This is not good for Diabolus. Well, actually, if we look objectively at this situation right now, and I can do that, because I am very objective, the worker count is equal, there's triple CC, I guess he has a bunch of tanks, so he can't really die. He's actually ahead. I'm not sure how it happened, but I guess our man Fishbat just lost his third and hasn't been spending larva or injecting, so he has a lot of queens though. He's just been floating a lot of money. That's okay. We're not here to criticize Fishbat, but we just want to, pinpoint like, hey, where's it going wrong for Fishbat here? Because I'm also interested in his origin story, Goes into 8 gas. All right. You do you. 3 extra depots in the wall. Still afraid. Extremely afraid. Oh, I love this. Undefended third base. Please lift it. Okay, thank God. I was really afraid that he was gonna forget about the lift ability. Does he fly in there? That's relatively close, but no cigar. I love this tank position as well, straight in front. This is very smart, because if you force the Ravagers to attack the tank, they can't be taking down important structures like the supply depots, right? Now, supply depots might not offer the same defense as a tank back here would, but they do ensure that you can build more units. So if you think about it in chicken and egg terms, no one knows what came first, the chicken or the egg, but we do know what came first here, and that's the supply depot. Without supply depot, no tank. And that's the real good thinking that Diabolus is doing in this game. 3 Banshees, gonna be cleaning this up. He's in a fantastic spot right now. He lost a couple of workers, but if he considered rebuilding an SCV, okay, good. Whew. That burned down from legit 350 HP. Whew. Alright, back to my sentence. If he considered rebuilding an SCV, then he's going to be in a good spot real fast again. Now, he has a nice army consisting of 5 racks, 1 starport, one factory production, and he's building Marauders, Marines, 6 tanks, and Banshees. Getting Storm and Combat Shield. Apparently, medevacs are for idiots, so are upgrades. I mean, this is not really an army that's easy to attack with. There's no real body in this army. All the units are pretty much support units. Like, you have a Raven and 4 tanks. Like, these are great if you have a bunch of Marines, but... And then the real support unit he needs is the medevac, but instead he's just continuously building Banshees. So he move commands past it at first. Banshees fly too far, loses all of his tanks, then manages to clean it up with these Banshees eventually, and with the auto turret. Now, if you think about how Zerg works, is that usually they create quite a few units from their larvae if they're being attacked. This is not a wise decision to keep attacking here. The wise decision here would be to go back. Very rapidly. But instead, he's gonna get 3 Hydras, loses... I mean, this is honestly not bad. So he got, I think, 1 Roach and 2 Hydras, and he only lost 4 Banshees, a Raven, and 3 Marauders. So... if you look at it in the unit loss tab, you'll see it's not great for Diabolus, but he did kill a couple of Hydras, and Hydras, of course, are very dangerous. So yeah, I think generally that could be considered a terrible decision, but if we compare it to previous decisions of Diabolus, if the average decision of Diabolus is a 6, then this decision will rate it as about an 8. Sure, it's one of the worst trades you can possibly take, but That tells us a lot about the previous decisions our man Diabolus has been making so far. Diabolus defending this ramp, not realizing that his third base is getting right-clicked. I wish there was a way to get any type of vision, like sending a marine here, or maybe, you know what Terran could really use? It's a building that kind of creates a vision circle around it, and it shows when units enter it, not necessarily with, hey, this is a roach, but like something like a little red exclamation mark that would show, hey, there is a unit here, maybe get in position. Or what he also could have done is maybe have one tank here, or two tanks here, and then the rest of your army here, like split it up, like you actually know how to play the game. These are all just suggestions, of course. These are not things that he has to do. Oh, look, yeah, this is smart. This is a sensor tower now. I like that. Why can't I click it? Hello? There we go. And he now does the opposite. He defends his third CC, and then the rotation here that took about 5 minutes to complete from Fishpad is going to catch him off guard completely again. Don't forget he said Hydras are everywhere, but what he really meant is that the Hydras went into one location at a time, and I never was in position. And it really is... This is insane. This is a great game. He's going to get right-clicked again on the next base. He's going to unsiege those tanks, or he's going to forget about the tanks. I wonder what's more likely. Maybe he's going to just leave them there and then lose them to these units. It's also possible. I think that's exactly what's going to happen. He's going to lose this CC. And then he's going to leave the game. I hope he flames a little bit or something like that. That would really add some spice into this game. No GG gets called. And our man Diabolus leaves the game, loses, and Fishpad wins. Well, Diabolus. Mic arm squeaks. Let's recall what happened in this game. You didn't cancel your CC. You stayed on one base. For the majority of the game, actually, we know now. It was a 14-minute game. You stayed on one base for 7 minutes and 30 seconds. You are a terrible partner to your girlfriend. You don't micro. You have just no micro. I'm not even gonna call it bad micro. In order for something to be bad, there has to be something. There was nothing here. This is like giving someone an empty plate and then asking, how does it taste? And I'll be like, it's air. There is nothing on the plate. Your plate doesn't contain any micro. It has no decision making. This entire game was just void of a lot of things. People often ask for advice and ask me, hey, how do I improve? I say, hey, get better at micro or get better at decision making, but you just don't have these things. I didn't know this was possible. You have to start from zero. You have nothing. You need to create these things out of thin air. That's going to be a difficult and long process, and I don't really want to help you with it. You suck. You suck extremely hard. Nice. Alright guys, if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please smash the like button as it helps me a lot as well, and I'll hopefully see you all next time for a new video. Bye bye.